listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
Yes. I had to let that play out.
Yeah.
Under
normal circumstances, I would be getting up and running around the studio, but it's just so sad.
Yeah, I really wish I could be here with face paint and tassels on today. But unfortunately, I mean, this week went from one of the greatest wrestling weeks ever to one of the most solemn wrestling weeks I think we've ever had.
Ever since like the middle of WrestleMania, everything was looking really good. And then it's weird to associate something story with The Undertaker and then to something super serious with the passing of The Ultimate Warrior. But it's hitting everybody.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is AfterBuzz SmackDown. I am Rome the Ruler in the captain's chair this week because Rosie could not be here and neither could Kaori. So,
I
had to go out and find a replacement.
That's me. The Mark Donica, that's me. And coming all the way here from NXT, and I've had a big week on almost every other AfterBuzz show that we've had.
Every single show.
But it's good show to be here for.
Yeah. This is Rosie wanted to be here this week, but he had previous plans, so he could not be here. But just like us, SmackDown started tonight with a dedication to the Ultimate Warrior, who we all miss. We'll all be talking about that for a while, and the news that this Monday's Monday Night Raw is dedicated to the Ultimate Warrior.
And I wonder how much, like, they're probably going to have the people in the back talking about him and the memories of him. I wonder how much of the show is actually going to be
toward him.
Yeah.
I hope plenty.
Yeah.
I hope plenty.
He deserves the whole show.
Yeah. Everybody who grew up watching wrestling, there were two types of kids in the 80s
Hogan
and the
kids
early 90s.
and there were Warrior kids. I was a Warrior kid.
I was a Warrior.
My brother was a Hogan kid. So
there you go.
WrestleMania 6 was hard.
Yeah. House torn. Yeah. But this week's SmackDown hails from Lafayette, Louisiana, right down the road from New Orleans, where they had WrestleMania 30. And John Cena kicked off the show with a big promo. Came out, made a lot of huge statements. He talked about WrestleMania 30, brought up all the moments that we saw from Kofi to Bray, Bray Wyatt saying that man tried to turn him into a monster, but he still can't see him. You know how Cena does. Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, The Shield. He brought up a lot of big things, and then he said we have a new WWE champion. But it didn't stop, and then he continued on to Monday Night Raw, which was also a huge night. He, with a real interesting impersonation, he tried to do Bad News Barrett's.
Interesting is a way to put it. It was really weird. Like he was literally a human highlight reel, but just with words. And everybody's like, okay, where's this going? And then he was talking about how Hogan and Austin and Rock were all in the ring, and they're all legends, but he considered himself the measuring stick of the future. If you want to plant your legs at all in this business, you're going to have to go through me. And he feels like he has overcome Bray Wyatt and can move past it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we see that that's not the case when Bray Wyatt interrupts.
Yeah. Bray shows up, and Bray Wyatt, my God.
What a way to start off a show. This promo, like, we were just quiet, just watching, like, what's he going to say?
Yeah. There wasn't a word spoken in the room when Bray showed up. And I'm not going to even attempt to do the
No,
voice.
but I mean, even Harper, it was what I liked. He said, "John, embrace your future. It's his gift to you." And then that's when Bray came in, and it's just like, ooh, all you need is the scary look of Rowan's mask.
Oh yeah,
Harper as a preface, and it's just really, it's almost like the Shield promos where each of them get their own time.
yeah, and it's so layered, and it's layered perfectly. And Bray, some of the things he said was, sometimes I wish I could feel pain, but we are all different. If I lost, meaning WrestleMania, why can't I stop smiling? Why do I feel so good? And then he went on to say he saw it in John's eyes. What did he see? We're not sure, but I'm pretty sure he's referring to the beast within that he is absolutely sure is within John Cena.
He's like, I look into my heart and I see the darkness. I see the light. I see worlds you haven't even heard of. And it like he goes into this place with his promos that is art.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
just
easily
beautiful. And even usually when wrestlers throw in like plugs to the next pay-per-view, it's really cheap and very particular. But he ended up saying, I'm gonna have to go to new extremes to essentially get what he wants, and that's like, usually that'd be a groaner, but that just made me go, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
What's gonna happen?
It's so
cheap
good.
plug, but done in such a perfect way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that again. And just all the talk he did about Cena, that is, about Monday night, and we'll get to some of that later.
Yeah.
But he even brought up Rusev.
Yeah.
Who we got to see find, and that Joker can move.
Mm-hmm.
300-pound man, he can move.
Like, he had a couple of matches early on NXT when it was just the big hulking guy, and then he started switching it up and getting to be super quick on top of it, and then he started incorporating both of those styles together.
Yeah.
And that's when you're like, this guy's different.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that more people are getting a chance to see him.
Yeah. Good. Cena's doing this. If you've been watching him close, you see exactly what he's doing. He's been grooming and pushing the next level, the next group, the next era of the WWE. He's been grooming them for that spot to try to bring them up. And he started it with Daniel Bryan. He's done it for Bray. I'm sure those aren't the last people he'll work for, because he's not he's working out with Cesaro behind the
like
scenes.
now that you mention it, it seems like they might do Cena and Cesaro before they put Cesaro into the title picture.
Yeah.
Like, they need to let the Bray thing run out, though I don't want it to, because it's so good.
don't want it to go.
But I didn't think about it, but I would love to see Rusev and Cena.
That would be a huge match.
It would be complete. It would be different.
Yeah.
It's a different type of match than what we've really seen lately with Cena anyway.
Contrast.
But it's that I want to see Cena with the young guys.
Yeah.
And he has the respect and the groundwork to go, I want to give these guys as much of a shot as they can get. And Rusev, not just because he's from NXT, but he's something that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
With something we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
And it's I think he and Lana can do a lot of good promo work back and forth.
Yeah. They already had us earlier, but now leading to where they're gonna go, now that we've seen him in the ring, now I just want to see more of this guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So one last thing before we get off the opening segment. Bray Wyatt has now taken the Steve Buscemi Award from me. He has somehow he's got the whole world in his hands, creepier than Steve Buscemi could do it.
All
Steve
right.
did it in what was that movie? Was that Armageddon?
Oh, that's right.
Oh no, he did it in Con Air. That was Con Air that he did it in.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was Con Air because he was playing the crazy guy, but Bray finally topped it. I was wondering
He could
would
do
anybody
anything.
that.
He could do any song,
Yeah.
any sort of nice little happy thing, and
Just turn it.
it's even creepier when you've got the crowd behind you doing it slowly and just
Waving.
moving. It's like,
Yeah.
this is what it's like on the Wyatt compound.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, let's move on to the first match of the night, which was Big Show versus Cesaro. Corey's not here, so she can't.
Oh, yeah. Squee.
Yeah.
There.
There it is. big shocker at the beginning of the match when Heyman comes out. Now, granted, we had the announcement on Monday that Cesaro's a Heyman guy now. Don't know where that came from. But Heyman apparently is bringing him out to the ring with no theme music.
And I think it's because they don't know who's going to get that real American because it's so hard hitting and people associate it more with Cesaro now ever since he joined the group. And I mean, as we'll see later, they're continuing the Real Americans feud, but people coming out to no music ever since they started having people come out to music has always been a super heel thing to do.
Yeah.
And worse than that, to have Paul Heyman talking them up while they're coming down to the ring,
he's like the hype guy from the And One mixtape tour when they used to have that going on, and the guy with the afro used to run up and down the basketball court. Except Heyman's a way better version of that.
Years of experience. But this match it was great, but we didn't. I was very confused because Cesaro is very over, and putting him with Heyman keeps him as a heel because Heyman's a heel, but splitting from the Real American seemed like a real face thing to do, and everybody's still super into him. And then Heyman brings him out. He's got no music, talks him up, seems real heely. And then they start with a handshake. He and Big Show start with a handshake.
Actual handshake.
Which is a nice...
It's a face thing.
Yeah. And so I was just sitting through the first part of the match going, what is he?
Yeah.
But I don't care because he's amazing.
He's just that good. But and that was a problem that the WWE had. When you got a guy leaving a tag team who everybody wants to cheer for him, and you can tell, but you still want to keep him heel, how do you do it? You put him with the manager of the guy that just took the streak. That's and
definitely. That's instant heat credibility. Yeah. But if they're going to continue the thing with the Real Americans, I wonder how that's going to work.
Yeah, where it's going to go.
Who's going to be the heel in that?
Swagger.
Yeah, no, I mean, because
we know where it's going to end.
Yeah, we know, but how are they going to make that work after
they have to make it work, and they'll figure out a way. But a couple of cool spots in this match when Cesaro went for the suplex from the apron, and Big Show literally just picks him up, throws him across his back. Cesaro slides it into a sunset flip, trying to move it into a power bomb, and Big Show just sits on him. Just stops all momentum. Just this is a cutoff. I'm gonna sit on you. And then the very boxing style, almost promo in the middle of the match from Heyman when Cesaro gets out of the ring and Heyman pulls him aside and tells him he can't fight if he can't breathe. Take his air.
That was so cool.
Take his air.
Take his air. Okay.
I don't know how you take your air from a guy that big.
It was funny because it was kind of a pun too, because after he said take his air, the show went off the air to a commercial, which is like, I don't know if they were planning that. I also liked when Show picked Cesaro up from the ground with just his head. It's like a claw machine. It was
you come here. You're my toy today.
This is a very fun match.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun watching this match. Big Show went for a second rope elbow,
which you don't see nearly that often.
Yeah, a guy that size on the second rope doing anything aerial is usually completely unheard of. But Big Show went for it, missed the elbow. Of course, Cesaro sets him up for the swing after that. Everybody's thinking, no way.
No way.
Is this going to happen? And, of course, we don't have to sit and wonder because Swagger comes out, makes his appearance, attacks Cesaro, tries to get him in the Patriot Lock, or will it still be called the Patriot Lock?
He's still a Real American.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah.
He's the one from America. So, yep, he tries to get him in the Patriot Lock. Cesaro gets broken up by Show, and then Cesaro back attacking the Big Show with all kind of uppercuts from everywhere.
And then he did the jump over the top rope, hung him up on the top rope. It was like a bulldog. That was really cool.
That was nice. That was shades of Macho Man.
Totally cleared that rope too. Yeah. It was insane.
And just to clear the rope, that's not impressive to me. To catch the Big Show's head and then clear the rope, because his head is so much higher than the rope. Man. Yeah, it was a good match. I liked it. Cesaro gets the win by disqualification, leading to...
and still hits the neutralizer on Big Show to make
I forgot
himself
about
look
that.
popular. That was huge.
To pick up and I guess because I've seen it before, him picking up gigantic guys with the neutralizer, I really would love to see him attempt, like an actual attempt at the swing on the Big Show.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it can be done.
I think it'll be a matter of time, and it'll be like they might like work on it to try to make it as cool as it can be.
Yeah.
How many times he'll get around? That's the bigger question.
One revolution.
What he's going for?
Yeah.
And
Can he do it? But we know he can hit the neutralizer on him. It's a lot easier move to get that much weight up and drop down. Still looked great. Yeah, it looked phenomenal. So, but like we said, disqualification. Cesaro gets the win. The next thing on the show is Bo Rotunda.
Bo Dallas.
Yeah, Bo Dallas. I still call him Bo Rotunda because that's everyone knows. Yeah, but to imagine to see his character in NXT and to see where they're going in the WWE makes me wonder, what the hell are they going to do with this?
People are going to be really confused at first because they're going to look at him and they're just going to be like, I don't like this guy. What is he trying to do? And that's exactly what he is on NXT. And if anybody has the network, I mean, not just because I do the NXT AfterBuzz, but he was the champion for a long time. And his promos, especially the one that he did last night, was he tried to occupy NXT, and it was absolutely hilarious. Just I'm very excited to see him back up with this gimmick as opposed to the just, hey, I'm from Texas.
Yeah, I'm that
type
guy.
of guy. Yeah. Now he's a different that guy.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see him premiere whenever he does.
Well, just believe.
Oh,
and
yes.
we shall see. I can't wait to see him in the WWE to see what happens. And I'm pretty sure all of our fans know who he is the brother of.
If you don't, you should follow the Buzzards.
Yep, you should follow the Buzzards. Next match. Ryback and Curtis Axel versus my favorite tag team, not Los Matadores.
Olé!
Yeah, I won't. Yeah. Do I even have notes for this match?
I have 2 notes for this match. Because it was entertaining. It was, but it wasn't super standout entertainment. One of the things that I got the most from this match is the commentators did a terrible job because they were like, I don't know if that's Diego or Fernando.
Yeah, they had no idea.
It doesn't help the audience at all to try to connect with them.
It made it worse for me.
Yeah. And only when they had like a straight on shot of Diego, I think. I don't know.
You think that was him.
Because it was Primo. And I know what Primo looks like, but I don't know if he's Diego or Fernando.
They've somehow taken Primo and Epico, and we know who they are by face, but given us Fernando and Diego, and we don't know which one is which. We don't know who's playing.
They're wearing
who.
the exact same thing, and put a D and an F on like their leg or something. Like give one a different dominant color than another one.
Yeah,
but they're still very entertaining. I liked Ryback caught, I don't know which one, in the air and gave him a huge power slam.
Yeah,
that was a fun spot. But the Ryback still ended up getting the win.
Yeah, Ryback with the win. A couple things in the match. Either Fernando or Diego, we'll just refer to them as that, missed the handstand. I mean the headstand on the top rope.
And he was trying to go up. They went nope.
And he
came
all the way
up,
down. He's like, ouch, that ring post hurt. Oh, well, continue.
Just
save the
do
spot. Yeah. But my favorite part of this match had nothing to do with 3 of the principal participants. It was with El Torito and Ryback outside the ring.
They're just hugging.
When El Torito jumped out onto Ryback and Ryback caught him, and Ryback goes to literally launch El Torito into the crowd.
Throw him.
Yeah. And just in the nick of time, one of them hits him with a baseball slide, and I don't get to see a flying bull.
I mean, it looked like it was about to happen.
Yeah, I was cheering.
El Torito was ready. He was in position to legs up so you don't hit anybody.
Yep.
That would have been impressive, but they're probably saving that.
Yeah. And while that was going on, I almost missed the ending of the match. Axel in the ring hits his finisher on one of the Los Matadores.
It was like a flip forward neck breaker. It was a spinning neck breaker, but he flipped them so he landed on their face instead of as a neck breaker. It was interesting.
Yeah. Yes. I've seen him do it before. Looks good as a finisher, but I'm waiting on Axel to be in a more right. Axel as a group started getting more buzz leading up to WrestleMania, and now it's kind of they're back to I don't really care as much.
I think they're building up the number one contendership again, because right now the Usos don't really have anybody. Like, they had 3 competitors just this weekend, and now all of a sudden it doesn't look like they have anybody.
Yeah.
Except for Dave and Randy, but that's not going to go anywhere.
They keep getting killed by them.
So hopefully this leads to a number one contendership match, and we get to see an actual feud between 2 teams where we can see some story between.
Hopefully that will happen at some point. Next up, one of our favorites, Rob Van Dam versus Damian Sandow.
Which one, Sandow or RVD?
That would be RVD, even though Sandow is a wonderful talent as well.
Just miss him. Miss him being so prominent. I don't know what they're doing.
He needs to put the robe back on. That's what's missing. I don't know why they took it away.
Blank right now.
And I hate when they do that. A guy with so much character, but I for whatever reason they feel like his push or his run needs to be de-emphasized a little bit, and then we lose that luster that he had.
Once he lost that Money in the Bank briefcase, it was over.
Went away.
But when he won, like, the fandom at large was like, finally he's gonna get put in the main event, and it just petered out. It was unfortunate.
I don't know. Did he make someone mad?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, neither did I. I see the talent in this guy, so I want him to get even more, but eventually, one day, he's young. Well, he's not really young, but he's young
enough.
Yeah, he's young enough to still have a good future. So,
and I mean, right now the Intercontinental and United States Championships aren't doing anything. So somebody like him could really elevate it and make it mean something again.
Well, hopefully. We got to see Renee tonight that she interviewed RVD backstage, who gave probably one of the most lackluster.
It's just like cool.
Everything's cool. Yeah, everything.
I gotta go to my match.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, cool. All right. Yeah, the match wasn't in California, Colorado, or Washington,
surprisingly.
So
he figured out he pulled out his green card.
Yeah, he still made it work some kind of way. Quick roll at the beginning. Quick roll up by RVD going for the quick win. Really quick match. A lot of offense for RVD. He hit Rolling Thunder. He hit the baseball slide, and then when he went for that moonsault
to the outside.
Nothing.
No, whiffed
no
it.
one. Just ground.
Bad. Yeah.
That looked rough.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it's a dude who's been landing on his chest for years. What's a pad compared to a human body?
Yeah. And you said something interesting in this match.
Yeah. So we saw this match on Monday, and he hit Rolling Thunder. He hit the spinning leg to the outside. He had a lot of his major spots. And I was like, okay, we're seeing this match again. Let's hope we see something different. And we did. We saw the other half of his signature moves. We saw him do the inside leg enziguri. Mm-hmm. We saw him do the 2-leg roll-up, which, I mean, I don't remember him doing that too often when he was here last time.
Yeah, he didn't.
But that's an old spot that he used to do. Yeah. And then he went for the outside moonsault. But it was just weird. Like, if you're going to do that, don't put him with the same guy. It's always nice to see Sandow on TV.
Yeah.
And they give it a little bit of story by saying he wanted revenge because it was like, who is this cretin coming on my television show? Yeah.
Showing up out of nowhere. 5-star frog splash, and that's 1, 2, 3 for RVD, and it's over.
My last note for this match is poor Sandow.
Yeah. It's there are only a couple of people who are worse. And one of them's on this show, so
we'll talk about him when we get there.
Oh, and now in the we got an Adam Rose sighting. The party bus is rolling, man.
The Exotic Express.
Yeah,
I really like Adam Rose.
I think it's gonna pick up. Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna pick up. That gimmick, it has a chance to really turn into something. The familiarity with Russell Brand, and the accent, the partying, he looks like a rock star. Mm-hmm. So
it's one of those things. They have literally designed this gimmick for people to like it.
Yeah,
the music like his entrance music, which you can buy now. I've been listening to it over and over because there's this debate about woos and hays.
Yeah,
but it's like the chorus and the build up and everything has parts where people can get into it and chant. And at NXT last night, people were singing it during his match. And that's the kind of atmosphere that they're going for, where they could flip Chase on the light board and just everybody's just going crazy, and it's this big party that everybody at home's like, I gotta be there.
Yeah.
And it's just more of a drive to sell tickets. And I can't imagine how that party is going to look on television. Or if they do an old car spot where the bus drives into the arena and literally just people
and
just pile out, goes
off
in,
the bus.
and then they pile in, and it's like,
and
off to the next party.
Yeah, that would be incredible if they could do that. That
they
would
can
be
make
incredible.
it fit.
Yeah, I hope they can. And then the announcement that even though we already knew it, WrestleMania 31 hailing from Santa Clara, California.
We're going, and we're going to be we're going to get Quasto and Dale's seats from 7 rows from the ring.
They had the kick-ass seats at WrestleMania this year.
Jealous.
Yeah, so am I. The weirdest segment of the night.
Yeah, there's really no point to this one.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan comes out to the ring. Shout out to the guy behind the announcers with the I am a Pat Patterson guy.
I want that shirt. I don't know where it is, but I want it.
That was a dope shirt.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan comes out to the ring, cuts another promo, plays on this Superdome thing again.
Let it die.
It's we get it. You know where you are now. Silverdome was a long time ago. Then he introduces Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan comes out, who just got married today.
Or it's gonna be soon. But today is his wedding day.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Well, congrats to him.
To the Bryans.
Yeah, to the Bryans. Yeah. But yeah, watching Hulk do the yes chant. It's just a little weird. Yeah.
Every consecutive weird one got a little bit slower.
Yeah.
That's what he was working out for, to do the yes chant.
To do the yes chant, yeah. The whole comeback was for the yes chant.
Yes.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan comes out and says, I'm an average everyday guy. You said to say my prayers, and so I prayed that I would always be able to main event WrestleMania. You said to take my vitamins so I could get those 24-inch pythons, and so I took my vitamins. Didn't quite make it to 24 inches, which was hilarious for him to throw in, by the way. And then he said he wanted to see Hogan. His one of his dreams was to be in the ring and watch Hogan do his pose down and ask for them to hit Hogan's music.
And they did, and they started posing. They went. I mean, and it's a cool thing to see, but that's you devote a whole segment to just this. This seems like something where Hogan would come out and make the save, and Bryan, and then he and Bryan would do it together as a celebratory thing.
Yeah.
But this might be a bit of an off-color joke, but this kind of seemed like Bryan was a Make-A-Wish kid, and he's like, I want to win the title at WrestleMania, and I want to pose with Hogan, and sure thing, Daniel, anything.
What do you need?
We'll do it. It was weird. Yeah. It was really strange.
And then he didn't even have the pacing of the pose down right. Like, this is Hogan's pacing has been the same for 25 years. How do you not get the pose down? It's this, it's that, and then it's 3 of these.
Yes.
That's it. It's not changing.
He threw in a couple extra. There's a cute shot of a kid in the crowd posing along with them.
Yeah.
But it was cute. It was just another thing for Daniel Bryan to put in his I did it. You know, childhood dreams bank.
That was a gift.
Yeah.
I believe. That was a gift.
That was his wedding present?
Yeah. We're gonna give you your present.
We're gonna pay for a Hogan appearance fee just so that you can get this.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yep. That's it.
That was it. It was weird.
Moving on, we have Bad News Barrett, who's becoming one of my more favorite people on the roster, versus Kofi. And Kofi's got a couple troubles, man.
He's got a raw deal.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Well, what's weird is before they were like looking at unifying the titles, they did this thing where Kofi got an upset victory over Randy Orton, who was the champion.
I remember that.
And that's a victory over the champion. And anytime you would see that happen, that makes the way for a title match. And Orton tried beating him again, and Kofi won again, and it was all, everybody was laughing, and it was all at the expense of Kofi. But he had two victories over the champion, and we didn't see anything from that.
Nothing came from it,
and
we didn't see anything from tonight.
No,
either.
but I would love to see this get 20 minutes and a title put on the line, a heavyweight title put on the line, because these two guys are great and deserve it.
Oh yeah, they can go.
Yeah,
they can go easily.
And that's when I was looking at the time, and I was just like, okay, there's a kind of a big main event, and there's one more match. What else? How much of this are we actually going to see?
Like I said, 5 minutes in the match.
We should have timed it.
Yeah, we should have. But he went for the Trouble in Paradise. Bad News Barrett countered with the Bullhammer elbow, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah,
yep,
I do like how he started off the match with, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news," and then just totally started clocking him.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. They got to keep that bad news. If he's not in action, he should have the podium.
Yeah,
and when he's in action, he has to say that bad news line at least once.
One time. Yeah, he's got to. Oh man, we're gonna fly through these last 3 things so we can have plenty of time to talk about Warrior. But next up was Santino Marella with Emma, as always, in contest against Fandango and his new valet,
Layla,
the beautiful Layla.
Yeah, it's good. Like, she's been gone for a while, and she got put right into a brand new program. And she was a former dancer. She was Miami Heat,
yeah,
right?
Miami Heat, I believe.
Yeah, and she looked good, being not just being arm candy, but she actually had a lot to do in this match, and the pairing makes sense. Yeah. I like it. I dig it.
It does. It looks good. Her dance moves are great already. She fell right into that split easily just on the intro. Boom. Yeah. I think I was more. I had more fun watching Santino.
Yeah, he's
looking up at the
Fandango
big.
The Fandango Pyro went up, and he was just like, "Wow,
this is nice."
Yeah.
I loved that.
Amazing.
That was
he's
great.
So good.
But yeah, for anybody who's been living under a rock, Fandango broke up with Summer Rae on Twitter.
It's so low. That just shows how much of a scumbag he is. It's amazing.
On Twitter, he said it's.
I don't know if you got my message, but it's over. It's not you. It's me.
Really just cut it off, let her go. But quick match, highlighted at the end when Santino was going for the Cobra, and immediately Layla makes herself more useful than Summer Rae was in a lot of instances.
Steals the Cobra.
She just snatched the Cobra away.
Yeah, and I'm very surprised that we never saw that throughout their whole feud.
Nobody ever thought, hey, why don't I just take it?
Yeah, because he can't do it if he doesn't have the cover.
Doesn't have the cover, then you can't do the move.
But it immediately made her important and in terms of the story, better than Summer Rae, because she was more effective than just looking pretty and dancing and
dancing out there,
screaming. Oh God, that's the one thing that I'm not going to miss. Is Summer's screaming's just so high pitched and off pitch. It's just like, oh, it's gross. Yeah. But a very fun match. Santino missing a lot of his stuff and it just not looking good for him.
Yeah.
But he even had, like, when they showed his title card up front, they had a little Cobra thing there, like they were plugging the product. It was weird, which you can get on shops.wwe.com.
There you go. Cheap plug. And then we get to the newest diva. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it because she's the champion now. Yeah. Newest diva in the WWE, who everyone has been waiting for a long time. Paige made her arrival on Raw and defeated AJ in an impromptu match out of nowhere.
Very quick.
They showed the promo that used to run in NXT, combined it with the footage from what happened on Monday, and boom, we got a new Divas champion.
I can't wait. I really want to see her, and I hope that they do. I hope they give her both titles to carry around.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's always something whenever we have a double champion, that it's out there, and it just shows how skilled they are.
Yeah.
Whether it's from and even on indie shows where they have people from people who are champions in different territories all show up with all that stuff. That makes them look super impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
So it would kind of reflect Paige's background as well as just show that she is the absolute best in both categories.
She's been wrestling for a long time.
Like 9 years?
Yeah.
And she's 21?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
normally I would have a problem with AJ dropping the belt, but in this situation, not like that.
And I just kind of half-heartedly when she was talking, when she kept saying that she was best in the world, when I was watching with Kathy and Eddie, I just went, Paige.
Yeah.
Just as ultimate, like, this will be awesome. And then her music hit, and we all went, what? And they looked at me, and I went, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I promise. I didn't know it was going to happen.
I didn't look at the spoilers or anything. And the moment happened, she got the belt, and we were all like, okay, Raw's over. That was the coolest thing that could have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. And
Great
it's another
moment.
thing. Watch NXT and see her great matches with Emma. Watch
She's
Arrival.
got a lot.
Her
Yeah.
match with Emma at Arrival was
That was phenomenal.
spectacular.
That was a great match.
And I can't wait for the WWE universe as opposed to the NXT universe to see that Scorpion crosslock that she does. Because that's just mean.
Yeah. She'll get around to doing it.
Yeah.
We'll just wait. Yeah.
It'll be a matter of time.
Because she'll be working with AJ more than likely, and those
We're gonna
two
see some
can
good matches
definitely
from
do some
them.
good matches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. On to our main event: the Usos, Daniel Bryan versus Kane, Batista, and the Viper himself, Randy Orton. Not a whole lot to say about this match
It was a beatdown. Jay got a pretty good payday because he
Yeah.
was barely in this match.
at all. Yeah, and this whole Randy and Batista thing, they have been beating down the Usos consistently.
And way to build up your champions.
Yeah. It's once again, as soon as they get the belt, they start. I don't know what it is. The same thing happened with Big E. He got the belt, and then it's like, oh, we don't know what we're gonna do with you.
And there's so many. I still wish that they never broke up the primetime players because Darren's not doing anything. Titus makes an appearance every once in a while. He was on Superstars this week.
Yeah.
But when he was doing all of the press they still send him out to do press.
Yeah.
So he's not the heel that he's been. He's been the same old Titus with the whistle and everything, and a real good guy. So what's the point of breaking up this tag team
If you're not gonna,
and you break up another tag team right away? I would much rather see, hey, sorry, shake hands, and then we have the primetime players back because they were always a strong tag team.
Yeah, they were. I wanted to see a lot more for them, but the breakup happened first. But this main event, lots of domination. Favorite part was the flying Uso spot where
Jay
didn't
get caught by Dave.
Jay is in the air like, Dave.
And like he rolled really late, but it just, the last look at his face was kind of like, he's not close enough, and it was just,
this is gonna suck.
Dave came up to him and was like, bro, I'm so sorry,
Okay.
dude. I'll get you tickets to the premiere Guardians. I swear, I'm sorry. Oh, God. I did like
Exactly.
Waldo up front was pretty on top of
Waldo
all of the
was dope.
signs. He had a Yatista. And also, when Dave came out on the upper bar of the Tron, it was hashtag I still got it, which is such a jerk move.
Yeah.
Like the fact that same sort of thing where Daniel Bryan is this average guy, and it's kind of showing his regular side through his persona. They're kind of doing the same thing with Dave, where he's being so ornery about coming back and everybody hate him into his character.
Yeah, let it in.
And it makes it that much more natural.
Yeah.
So, I'm enjoying Dave a little bit more, even though he's kind of gone off the deep end from here or there.
As soon as he turned into a jerk, I loved it. The ending ended in a double count out. They literally destroyed the Usos.
And then they were just gone.
Yeah, I never saw him again. The Shield showed up. That was noticeable.
Yeah.
They got in the ring. Orton and Batista cleared out. Kane sneaks in behind them, and Daniel Bryan out of nowhere with a running knee straight to Kane's face. And now we see what's pretty much going to be the next setup storyline with Daniel Bryan. You got one. It's almost like a Survivor Series.
It's 4-on-4. People are still I mean, people are talking about war games, and everybody just really wants to see WWE do war games, but having 2 rings, that's not a big thing. It's not a big deal anymore.
Yeah.
But 4-on-4, there's got to be something that's got to keep them all together. Maybe Hell in a Cell or something, but they're building to a 4-on-4 or a 3-on-3 because Bryan right now is just has been with the corporation, the authority, and hasn't had a one-on-one like an indicator of a one-on-one match between a new opponent.
Yeah.
So right now it's just going to be, it looks like it's going to be teams for Extreme Rules, and I hope it pans out.
Yeah. Well, that was the end of SmackDown, and let's move on to the news that overshadowed everything.
Overshadowed
The streak, overshadowed Daniel Bryan winning, and that is the sudden death of one Ultimate Warrior. The day after we saw him on Monday Night Raw.
So weird.
We just saw him. He was just welcomed back to the family, and that quick, we didn't have him anymore.
Every time every time you would share the news with somebody, they would be like, wasn't he was just in the Hall of Fame, wasn't he? And everybody is just awestruck. And same thing like back when Macho Man passed away, everybody's like, really? He was one of the guys when wrestling just started getting huge that everybody latched onto. Unforgettable, unmistakable. There will be nobody else like him ever again, and there wasn't anybody like him before.
Yeah. To see what has transpired this week with the Nancy Grace story.
That
with
was
DDP,
so unfortunate.
Which was horrible. I almost feel sorry for Nancy Grace. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of respect for her. She's obviously not a journalist. She's a commentator. She gives opinion.
People give her stuff to say.
Yeah. And the fact that her team botched that so bad and included Owen Hart in a story where she's trying to flip it and be about steroids was absolutely ridiculous. And Colin Cowherd also on ESPN Radio.
Yes, I heard about that too.
Made fun of the entire thing, saying that he even insulted the fans of professional wrestling by bringing up that the average 70% of NFL fans make $70,000 or something like that, and for the WWE it's only 23%. Things like that irked me this week because this guy was a childhood hero for many of us, for millions and millions of people, and to try to just crap on an entire industry because you don't understand it.
That's what I don't like. Is even in a more personal sense right now. As insulting fans for liking something, especially in this day and age when there's a huge variety of stuff that you could be fans of. It's unfounded, and especially something that's been proven time and time again. This industry as one of the biggest entertainment spectacles. I mean, almost someone say more so than football, because there's a great point made. I don't remember when it was, but it was during WrestleMania weekend. It was, you don't see wrestling guys do basketball stuff or football stuff. You see basketball guys doing wrestling stuff. You see football guys doing wrestling stuff. We've got Sean Merriman now as a WWE employee, whether as a wrestler or as a commentator, we don't know yet. But wrestling is always that pinnacle, that show, that place, and to see it just put down in such a way, the Nancy Grace thing just made me livid. Because I don't know about you, but I watched that pay-per-view when Owen Hart passed away, and I called my friends. I spent my night calling my friends, telling them what happened. And it was like to end the Hart family. I feel sorry for the Hart family too, and for Warrior's family. Those girls and his wife. Like,
it's a sad story, and all I can say is, be proud of your industry, wrestling fans. Don't let anybody take this away from you. This is what we grew up with. I'm in it. I grew up as a little warrior. Sincerely, we are going to miss the Ultimate Warrior. I'm glad he was able to go into the Hall of Fame while he was still alive. And I really, we're going to close out completely, like, on a sad note, but where can they catch you at on Twitter?
You can find me, twitter.com/soapboxmark.
And myself at Rome the Ruler. And the only way I can end this show is for the Warrior to take us out.
The Ultimate Warrior, the newest member of the Hall of Fame.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.